The clock is ticking in Washington as Congress now has just 1 week to avoid a government shutdown at the end of the month. One key issue in the negotiations involves health care and an Affordable Care Act tax credit that's expiring soon. Danny Spiewak is diving deeper into that issue tonight as state leaders sound the alarm here in Minnesota.
Good morning, everyone. Doing something a little different today.
With open enrollment starting later this fall, Governor Walz convened DFL lawmakers and state leaders Tuesday for a roundtable on health care.
Insurers are proposing the biggest rate hikes since 2017.
Commerce Commissioner Grace Arnold blames some of the market instability on looming Medicaid cuts and uncertainty over an Affordable Care Act tax credit. An expansion of that credit for low to middle income families, first put in place in 2021, expires at the end of this year unless Congress acts.
That's support that many families depend on just to afford their monthly premiums.
MNsure, the marketplace serving Minnesota, says nearly 89,000 people across the state will pay more for coverage if the tax credits expire.
And over 19,000 will lose access to all financial help in 2026.
These tax credits have emerged as a key part of negotiations in Washington as Congress works to avoid a government shutdown at the end of September. With filibuster power in the Senate, Democrats insist that a measure to fund the government include an extension of the health care tax credits. But GOP Senate Majority Leader John Thune has said those discussions should wait until later in the fall.
I think that we are open to the conversation about what we do with the Obamacare premium tax credits. That's something in which members, Republican senators, and I think for that matter, Republican House members, have an interest as well.
At the Minnesota State Capitol, though, Democratic leaders urged quicker action.
Would you support congressional Democrats forcing a shutdown over that issue?
The Republican Party owns all three areas of this. It's their responsibility to pass a budget. What I would say is do not pass a budget that does not fix these egregious errors that are going to hurt Minnesotans.
President Trump was supposed to meet with Democratic congressional leaders today to talk about the government funding bill, but he canceled the discussions because he said the Democrats were making, quote, ridiculous demands. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries accused the GOP of forcing a shutdown by not addressing the health care issue. Danny Spiewak, KARE 11 News.
All right, thanks, Danny. And just a reminder, the deadline for Congress to pass a funding bill to avoid a shutdown is next Tuesday, September 30th.